Hey there, wrestling fanatics! It's your host here, teamryry, and back for a brand new episode of Team Ryry's Wrestling Podcast, episode number 48. I have a brand new guest. Finally, go ahead and plug your social media.
Hey, what's everyone? I am Mr. Fan 13. You guys might know me from YouTube. I do unboxings, toy hunts, pick us video, day in the lives, whatever you can think of. I more than likely do it on my channel. And so, if you guys want to check me out on YouTube, like I said, it's Mr. Fan 13. And I also have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Wrestling Amino.
Yeah, she has a lot of social accounts, right there?
Yeah, pretty much. I try to make myself available to my subscribers on pretty much every social media.
Awesome, that is freaking awesome. Okay, now, first thing, off the record, how many events have you been to so far? W events.
Let's see, I started going to WWE events in 2008. So I would say probably a good maybe 30 events.
Wow. Do you have the best seats, or does it really matter to you where you're sitting?
When I first started going, I just wanted to go to be there because it was new to me, so I didn't care where I sat.
Okay.
But as I got older and my brother got older and he has like a good job, he wanted to start sitting front row, and no either front row, second row, or third row. So that's always the goal for us. Unless it's WrestleMania, then pretty much WrestleMania will be in the first couple rows of the risers.
Awesome. Have you ever been on TV yet? On like W programming, like for Mania or any events from the past ever yet?
Um, yes, like I went to SmackDown a couple weeks ago, and I did come out the majority of the show, but the main time that I came out on TV, and that's probably the best time that and nothing will ever beat it, is on the August 24th or 25th edition of Monday Night Raw. That was my Make-A-Wish night, and so John Cena. For people who don't know, my Make-A-Wish was to meet John Cena, and he gave us front row seats to Monday Night Raw.
Wow.
And so at the end of the event, right after he beat the Wyatt family, when he was teaming with Mark Henry and Big Show, he came up to me, and while the cameras were still rolling, and he hugged me, and handed me his headband that he wears on his bicep, shook my brother's hand, patted my nephew on the head, and shook my sister's hand. And so all of that actually came out on Monday Night Raw.
That is awesome. I bet you get a little tear-eyed when you met him, huh? Emotional?
Yeah, literally, everyone on YouTube pretty much knows that I like Cena, just my favorite. Like, always has been, always will be. And so the minute I got diagnosed with cancer, they told me, you can do Make-A-Wish. And I was like, I know what I want. I want to meet Cena. So when the time came, I'm sitting where they took us to it was at the Honda Center in Anaheim. No, I think it's the Honda Center or the Honda Center.
Yeah.
In Anaheim, California. And we were in the meeting room where the Mighty Ducks play hockey or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a meeting room, and with a big table. And so I'm sitting at the head of the table, and then to the left of me is my sister, my oldest nephew, and my brother. And then behind me is the door. So I'm sitting there. I literally took a suitcase full of wrestling figures, magazines. I couldn't decide what to bring, so I brought everything.
Wow.
And yeah, so I'm nervous. Like on the limo drive to the on the drive in the limo to the when we were in the limo driving to the event, like I just had butterflies. I didn't know what to think. Like, and so while I was sitting there at the table, getting my stuff out for him to sign. All of a sudden, my nephew, his eyes get huge, and I look at him, and I'm like, what? And I turn around, and John Cena walks in. And, like, literally when I look at him, I'm in awe, because I had been a fan of him since I was 6, and at the time of my Make-A-Wish, I was 18. So for 12 years, I had been waiting to meet Cena. And so the minute he walked in, I froze. I told myself I was not going to cry, but I just started crying. And then I told him, and I just told him, like, can I have a hug? And so he hugged me, and he asked me why I was crying. And I said, because I've been waiting years to meet you. You're my hero. Like, I started my own non-profit organization because of the stuff you do, and all that stuff. So.
That's awesome. Okay, first discussion is, are you a fan of let me see here. Oh my gosh, let me discuss another subject.
Okay.
Until I get back to it. Lex Luger, do you think he deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame? But before you answer that, probably you saw on social media all the good stuff that he died, but he didn't die. You know what I'm trying to say? The fake rumors.
Yeah, the fake deaths.
Oh my gosh, I hate that. Especially with Luger.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on Luger? What I just said and other things about Luger.
To be honest, well, first of all, I hate all those stupid death rumor things.
Yes.
Because it's so dumb. Because when it actually happens to a wrestler, you don't know whether it's true or not.
Yes.
Because, there was recently one about JR.
Yep.
Just so many different ones. And so, first of all, like I said, I hate those death rumor things.
Yep.
But, as far as Lex Luger, I wasn't... Well, first of all, I know about Lex Luger, but I don't know a lot about him.
Okay.
But what was your question? If he deserves what?
To go in the WWE Hall of Fame down the road. The Hall of Fame spot.
To the Hall of Fame. I know Luger has done, as much as I can remember about him, he has done, a lot of significant things for WWE.
Yes.
Or not WWE, wrestling in general.
Yes.
And so I honestly believe he does deserve it, considering some of the wrestlers that are in the Hall of Fame that don't deserve it. He obviously deserves it, and he's a really awesome guy to meet. I met him this past year at WrestleMania. Super nice guy. So I think he would deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Just but
what he has done for wrestling.
Doesn't he have a little didn't a lot of people said he killed Miss Elizabeth? Is that true, or do you think that's an all fake statement?
That's a tough one. I honestly feel he probably that's a really tough question to answer.
Yes, it is.
Because I feel like with all the advancements in science and whatnot, if he did it, it would point to him because of all the sources, the police and science has to find a criminal.
Yes.
That it would point to him if he did it.
Yeah. And
probably science.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Science is way too advanced to not be able to pick out a murder subject.
Yep.
A murderer, basically.
Yeah, it's not like back in the day you could get away with a lot of stuff, but now these days you can't.
Right.
Yeah, I like Luger. Do you remember a time? Wait, before I go into the same subject, do you have the W Network?
Of course.
Now, probably you remember the moment when Luger body slammed Yokozuna in that special edition on the 4th of July. Do you remember that one?
I didn't see it live, but yes, I have seen it before.
Okay. Now, everyone thought at that time that Lex Luger is going to win at SummerSlam that year. He did, but not the belt. That's kind of shame. They don't give him the belt that year, Luger.
I agree. They hyped him up so much, and
yes,
they just basically dropped the ball.
Yep. I don't know if that's a good thing for WWE part or a bad thing. I know Luger was so disappointed,
I think anyone would be disappointed.
Yep.
And then I'm pretty sure Yokozuna was like, really? You had this guy, like, you hyped this guy and you didn't even give him the belt after what he did?
Yep. And look, he didn't pin him. He just got knocked out of the ring and he still won, Luger. You know, that's stupid, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, he won the match, but not the belt, you know?
I agree.
So.
Yeah, it was a bad call.
Yeah.
On WWE.
I think so. And then and I don't think they ever had a rematch, did they, down the road?
Not that I can think of.
Wow. I mean, I think the build up for SummerSlam, I think it was SummerSlam '93. I think it was a great build up, and then when it came down to the match, I said, "What the hell, really?" And at the time, you had to pay for what, $40 for a freaking pay-per-view, correct? Or was it cheaper back then? I don't remember.
I would have to probably ask my brother on that one because I think that was about 3 years before I was born.
Okay.
But I know pay-per-views have always been expensive.
Oh God, yes. That's why a lot of people, and probably a lot of you won't admit to it, they find a way to get a free one, like a cheater box or any access, or just went to it. It comes on you go to a video store and you can rent it. You know.
Oh, I know. Before WWE Network came out, I would try to find the pay-per-view any way I could.
Yep. Those were the good old days. Now you got the W Network, and I love it. I love it. A lot of people hate it because I keep telling people you need to have great internet. You agree or disagree?
Yeah, like people complain saying, "Oh, WWE Network sucks. It lags." And I'm like, it's not the network's fault. It's your internet's fault if it lags.
Yes. But they don't want to hear from me. They don't want to hear from me. So whatever.
Like, I'll admit, like, my internet lags sometimes, and I get so mad during the pay-per-views.
Yes.
Like, I missed John Cena versus AJ Styles because of my internet lagging.
Wow.
Like, it lagged, and it came back on right at the end of the match when Styles won. So it pretty much ruined the whole entire pay-per-view. But I didn't get mad at WWE Network. I was mad about my internet.
Yeah,
because
see?
It's the internet.
But did you watch a couple of days after the event? Because that helps too. Because I guess, I don't know if that's really true, a lot of people might be downloading movies or making videos, and that could mess up your internet too. Does a lot of people in your area make videos, or do you know yet?
In my street, or my area, the west side of El Paso, I think besides my nephew, we're the only two that make videos. Okay,
well, there's other ways that could hog up the internet. Maybe people download movies from Netflix or whatever, you know?
Oh, I know my mom's always watching YouTube videos on her computer.
Yeah, so maybe...
And my dad also.
Yeah, that slows down the process, but... I think Luger deserves the Hall of Fame. Are they going to put him in the Hall of Fame? Who knows? And doesn't he look bad? He looks so super, super old when you met him, huh? Luger?
He looks better than some other wrestlers. I'll give him that.
Okay.
But yeah, you can tell he's getting older.
Yes, he is. He looks like he's like over 60. You know, the face.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Other thing is, probably you know about this news. I'm assuming that Tyson Kidd is done wrestling because his latest injury, and that's sad. Am I right, or is this a fake statement I'm hearing about?
I'm really hoping it's fake. I really, really hope, but for the sake of Tyson Kidd, I think he needs to retire.
Yes, and he's so damn young, so I don't know if they could use him in a different form, like going NXT, help out the young guys. Not NXT, the training thing in Orlando, you know, he could do that, you know?
Oh, the Performance Center.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Because he lives there, right near it.
Yeah, so might as well. I know he's, you know, him and his wife are, you know, bickering because one stays home and one goes to work. So I think that'd be perfect for him, but I don't know if he wants to do that, you know?
Right. It's like Daniel Bryan. When he had to retire, I never thought he was going to do anything with WWE again.
Yep.
But now, I don't know if you see, he's doing the Cruiserweight tournament. I think he's like an announcer.
Yes.
Or a commentator.
Yes. So that's good.
Yeah, it sucks for Tyson Kidd. Like not many people know just because his career didn't last that long. But I am a really big Tyson Kidd fan. I have been ever since him, D.H. Smith, and Natalia were in ECW, the Hart Dynasty,
Yeah.
and it just sucks that it's over because he was finally making a comeback. He was with Cesaro.
Yes.
In the Swiss Kid, like it was awesome, and then all of a sudden he gets hurt. And
Again.
it all goes downhill.
Yep, he got hurt again, didn't he? That's the second injury, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm assuming, or maybe it could be like a part-time wrestler like John Cena is right now. So it sucks. These wrestlers not going to be in the business forever. And
Yeah.
I think it's mostly W's fault and McMahon because they always on a roll because they need to bring in new stars. And I'm so glad the draft is coming up. And I'll give you thoughts on the matter later on in the podcast. So it's sad about Tyson Kidd. He would probably never become a Hall of Fame because he was not in the WWE that long,
Yeah, like I said, as much as I love Tyson Kidd, he needs to retire for his own health. And,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of these wrestlers are so damn stubborn, so I could do it, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm glad that Edge retired, but not like that. I prefer Edge in the wrestling right now. He could face like Daniel Bryan and all these young guys from NXT or even AJ Styles, but that's never going to happen. The only way we could find that out is if you could get download the WWE games, the creators. You could create Edge versus AJ, the dream match,
Pretty much.
But it's sad. Okay, what's your thoughts on Right to Censor? Probably you heard of them, and they were great or decent back in the Attitude Era. Do you think they deserve the whole group the Hall of Fame or no?
Which group?
Right to Censor.
I'm trying to remember.
It's with oh God, The Godfather, Steve Richards, John Cena's buddy back in the day when he was a rapper.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember.
So you think it was like 4 members? Do you think all those 4 members deserve the Hall of Fame? I don't think so. None of them.
Probably not. I don't know. I feel like they just didn't make a big enough impact for like generations to remember.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like a Hall of Famer is someone who generations gonna remember. So if I were to go to my nephew right now and say, do you know who these people are? My nephew's not gonna have any idea.
Yeah. See.
But if I go up to them and I say, do you know who? Example, The Godfather, like this past Hall of Fame class.
Yeah.
Like he even knows who the Freebirds are. Like my nephew would know them, but
Yeah.
he has no idea. You know what I mean?
Yes. I mean, Godfather, who's in the Hall of Fame, but as a stable, no.
No, exactly right.
Yeah, I don't think, in my eyes, I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this, I don't think Godfather really deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I know he was IC champion, but I think other guys deserve it, but that's just my point of view, like Vader and, the legends from the past, but I don't know why WWE is waiting for them guys. They take it forever. By the time that happens, they'd be passed away, and I hate when WWE does that,
Yeah, I agree.
Even off the record, Demolition, they're not in the Hall of Fame. I met them this past February, and I asked them, "Are you guys going to WrestleMania if we buy a ticket?" So I'm assuming they have a beef with McMahon,
Yeah, when I met them, I was telling them, I was like, "How are you guys not in the Hall of Fame?"
Yeah. What do they say to you? Same thing to me?
They didn't say much. They kind of just said, we're asking ourselves the same thing. And then my brother was just talking to them about it, and we had like a whole conversation with them about it.
Okay.
It just seems like they know something, but they just don't kind of want to say anything.
Yeah, they know it. I'm assuming they have beef with McMahon. There's got to be a beef from back in the day, It has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Another thing is, what's your thoughts on Yokozuna? I know we discussed that a little bit, but were you a fan of him? I know you are too young, but when you watch on a network or whatever, so what's your thoughts on him, Yoko?
When I first started growing up watching wrestling, like, I got into it because of my brother.
Okay.
So he would always tell me stories like about different wrestlers and like tell me like the history about them. And one of the very first people he told me about were Yokozuna, because I think my brother was always amazed by how big the guy was, but how agile he was. Like, since he was, even though he was a big guy, he could do things that other really big men like him probably couldn't do. Now, I'm not saying like flips and whatnot.
Yes.
But he was your more agile, bigger man, and I guess that's what always interested my brother about him. So that's why he would tell me about him. So I started looking up on YouTube as like when I got a little older, because I wanted to learn more about wrestling. And I honestly think Yokozuna is probably the best, like I guess you could say biggest man in WWE history.
Oh yeah, he was big. I like how he used to do the bonsai drop, and he was freaking awesome. And he's a former WWF champion. I think he's in the Hall of Fame. I think, right?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, and I never knew that he's related to The Rock and Roman, right? That's all big family, right? The Samoas.
The Noah, I think.
Yeah. Can you imagine if The Rock in Yokozuna in Edo era and Roman, if he was older, that'd be a great stable. Can you imagine?
That'd be cool. I've always wanted to see like a big stable with just the Noah family.
Yeah, but that's never gonna happen probably.
Oh well, yeah.
No.
I wish.
Oh yeah. Can you just imagine? Oh my gosh. Okay, were you a big fan of Trish? Not off the record. Who was Trish's opponent at WrestleMania 22 again?
Who was what?
Trish's opponent at WrestleMania 22. I totally forgot. If you remember.
I can look real quick.
Go ahead. I just can't remember her name. Okay, when she's doing that, hopefully everyone still.
Mickie James.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. That's the one I lost track. Now, Mickie James, her and Trish at WrestleMania 22. That was an awesome match. I know it was kind of creepy because it was TV 14, and I love that match. Because I'm a guy, we expect. But did you enjoy the match and the build-up, or no? Or do you think that was kind of creepy back then for you?
Considering I was little, I guess I really didn't understand.
Okay.
So I would probably, in order to give you an honest answer, I would probably have to go back and watch it.
Okay.
But yeah, just considering I was probably, I was younger.
Okay. She has a baby, or she had a baby already, correct?
Mickie James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think both Trish Stratus and Mickie James.
Okay, were you a fan of those two ladies in the Attitude Era? Because probably you were a little older to watch it, correct?
I was always more of a Lita fan.
Okay.
But I was also a Mickie James fan.
Okay. Yeah, Mickie James, she came a long way. She was in TNA. I think she's done with TNA. I think she just concentrated on his country music, right? For her?
Yeah.
Okay. So is there a possibility she could come back to WWE, just make a Hall of Fame inductee if they can put her in the Hall of Fame? I think she deserves it, right, Mickie?
She definitely deserves it. Like my childhood that I remember growing up, like watching the feud was Mickie James and Beth Phoenix.
Oh yeah, that was a good feud. Oh.
Those were always one of my favorites.
Yes, and that's the time that Mickie beat Beth Phoenix for the women's belt back then, correct? On Raw, that upset.
Yes.
That was awesome. I love that. And I think she's married to a teenage superstar, right? Mickie is?
I'm trying to think. I think she is. I just can't think of... Is it Magnet? No.
I think so. I don't know. I can't keep track.
I'm probably wrong, but I think his name is Magnus. But I'm probably wrong, but
okay.
I'm sure someone will comment saying who it is. Or
yeah, probably down below. Were you do you miss those ladies, or you prefer the ladies of today?
I wish I could probably just bring back Mickey James and Beth Phoenix, but
Okay.
other than that, I don't really miss like Kelly Kelly or any of those other
Yeah.
divas.
Do you miss Lita? You said Lita or no?
Oh yeah, Lita was just awesome.
Now, if Lita could still wrestle today, what wrestler, I mean, for women's division, will be a great dream match for Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, that kind of thing?
Lita versus. Let me think. I would have to say. I don't know why Lita versus Becky Lynch.
That'd be good. What about Lita versus the Boss?
See that's another one I was like deciphering in my head. I was like either Lita and Sasha or Lita and Becky.
Or what about Lita versus Bailey? That'd be sweet.
Yeah. Or imagine Charlotte versus Beth Phoenix.
Yes. Off the record here, I know next Sunday is the Battleground. Who do you think will team up with in a tag team match? I know I made a video on it. I got uploaded. But who do you think will be a partner for
for Sasha.
Yes.
It's gonna be Bailey.
You think so?
It has to be.
Okay.
Like I hope it is. Like that'd be. I'm literally. If it is, I'm gonna be flying out of my seat. Like I'm gonna be so excited if it's Bailey.
What if it isn't? What if it isn't? We'd be really disappointed.
Probably, but I'll probably still enjoy the match.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, that's all the discussions. Okay, do you have any wrestlers' autograph in your room at all, or you just get a lot of like action figures and belts? Anything signed in your room?
Right now in my room, when I meet a wrestler, just depending on who it is, I usually get my WWE encyclopedia signed.
Okay, the first edition or the second edition they have?
The second edition.
Okay.
That book, I have Undertaker, I have John Cena, I have Shawn Michaels, I have just so many people in that book.
Wow. Was off the record, when you met Taker, was he in character or was he out of character when you met him?
He was out of character. He was in his in a beanie and jeans and he looked like a biker.
Wow.
Yeah.
How you met him? Were you was he around the hotel area, or how you met these wrestlers?
With Undertaker, I met him at Wizard World Comic-Con.
Okay, that's in Dallas kind of area?
In Austin.
Oh wow. Was that place, I know you pay a lot of money to meet Taker and probably let me guess, what, 2 or 3 hours to meet him in line?
What I did was that they were selling They were selling a package, and then they were selling individual tickets.
Okay,
so
cool.
If you bought the package, you got to jump to the front of the line.
Oh wow.
So since at the time when I met Taker, I was still undergoing cancer treatment. My immune system was very low, so my mom didn't want to run the risk of me getting sick.
Yeah.
So she bought the package so I could jump to the front of the line.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So was Taker a nice guy, or was he a douche? I know these wrestlers, sometimes they're in a bad mood and they take it out on us, you know?
Oh no, Taker was awesome. Like when I met him, my mom had bought 2 packages, so that entitled me to 2 autographs. And so one package was for me, one package was for my brother, but my brother was just there to take me. He didn't really want the autograph.
Yeah.
So when I went up to the line, I had brought 3 things to get autographed, hoping Undertaker would sign it extra, you know?
Yeah.
And so I go up to him, I hand him my belt and my encyclopedia, which were the 2 autographs I was going to get. And I started talking to him, and then what's it called? I told him that I had rescheduled my chemotherapy to be able to come to this signing.
Wow.
And so he told me, because my doctor, he knows how much I love wrestling. So if I had a chemo scheduled, during a time I was going to go to meet a wrestler or go to an event, he would reschedule it and let me go to the thing. And so Undertaker asked me how I was doing and whatnot. And so then I was holding the extra Undertaker figure, but I hadn't asked him if he could sign it.
Oh wow.
And he saw me holding it, and he said, "Oh, do you want me to sign that too?" And I told him, "Oh, sure, if you can." And the Wizard World people told him not to and that he can't. But Undertaker told them, "This is my signing. I'm gonna do what I want."
Yeah, why? I want to ask a question. Why does, at Comic-Con, why they gotta boss these WWE superstars, Why?
I have no idea, but boy, I have a story about a security guard lady trying to tell a WWE superstar what to do.
Really?
And, yeah.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead, you got time. Go ahead if you want to say it on here.
Alright, so, okay, so, like I said, this past WrestleMania, I was still on cancer treatment, taking chemo, so I wasn't feeling 110%. And so when I go to Access, I am allowed to use the disability line because of all the damage steroids and chemo have done to my body. They pretty much destroyed my bones, my muscles, and my nerves in my legs. So I get to use that special line. So the last day of Access, I was arriving there, and that morning I woke up very sick. I didn't want to get out of bed. So we showed up to Access about 3 hours late. So I only had one more hour of access for that session. And so the one person I wanted to meet was Lana. I didn't care about anybody else at that whole Access. I just wanted to meet Lana. Because I had bought her figure. I had bought everything. And so me and my mom show up to Access, and we start looking for Lana's line. And so we finally find Lana's line, and we're about to go to the disability line, and I see the disability line is closed. And I'm like, why is the disability line closed? There's still 2 more hours of access. It's not supposed to be closed yet. So then we go find someone who works there. And there's 2 different type of people at Access. There's the people who work for WWE, who wear a red shirt, and then there's the people who work for the convention center, who wear a yellow jacket. So the day before, well, actually the past 2 days before, there was this one certain security guard lady who seemed not to like me very much for some reason. And every time I would try to go into line, she would give me dirty looks. And I understand a lot of people abuse the disability line, but I'm not one of those. And so when I went to go in line to meet DDP with my friend Vince, because I'm allowed to bring one person in line with me, I walked into line, and the security guard lady wasn't going to let me in line, even though I had my doctor's notes telling why I was able to use that line. And so it turned into this whole big ordeal. So the whole weekend, that lady pretty much hated me because she says cancer is not a disability. And so, back to the day where me and my mom were going to go meet Lana, that same security lady who did not like me was in charge of the Lana line. So I told my mom, this is the lady that doesn't like me, let's go ask somebody else. So we went to go ask the people who are for WWE, and the ladies understood what happened. She said, oh yeah, we can't open the line to put you in it, but when everyone gets their autograph, we'll sneak you in real quick and you can go meet Lana. And she's like, but all you have to do is wait for about an hour. So I was like, okay, I'll sit here and I'll wait an hour. I will. I'll stay right here, I'll wait. And so we were standing there waiting. Me and my mom were just talking. My subscribers that were at Access would come up to me and talk to me, and I would talk to them while I was waiting. And then all of a sudden, this family of 3 little kids and 2 moms opened up the disability line and walked right in the line. And I started thinking, well, maybe these kids are Make-A-Wish. But then every single Make-A-Wish kid, in order to get in those lines, has to have a badge around their neck. And none of those kids had the badge around their neck. So I was like, what the heck? They don't even have their doctor's note to get into the ADA line. Are they even, like disability. Like I don't want to be judgmental because I'm no one to judge whether they're allowed to use a disability line, because I know when people see me going to the disability line, they think, why is she going there? She doesn't need it. When in reality, like I do, so I don't want to be judgmental. But I decided, oh well, we'll just like see what happens. So my mom eventually gets kind of sick of it and tells the security guard lady that doesn't like me, saying, oh look, that family went in there. Are you going to do anything about it? And the lady was like, well, no, we can't. That's not my zone. So my mom was like, what the heck? Like, that's not your zone. Why can't you do anything about it? And she's like, well, it's not my zone. So I was like, okay. So my mom was like, just be patient. Like, just be patient. Like the lady said, she'll get you in. So let's be patient. I said, okay. So then Rusev and Lana, because it was Rusev and Lana together signing, they walked down the steps to go to the ADA line section, where it was only that one family because they had closed it off prior. And my mom was like, oh, what? That's not fair. Like, no one's telling them anything, even though they weren't even supposed to be in that line. So my mom got mad, and she opened up the line and said, and kind of pushed me in the line, basically saying, go. And so the security lady, who said that she can't do anything about it because it's not her zone, started harassing me and my mom, telling us to get out of line. And then my mom was like, well, you just said this isn't your zone. So my mom's the type of person, like, if it's like she tries to make things fair, and when she sees someone's not being fair, she's gonna do something about it. So that's why she was pushing me, saying, get your stuff, go to closer to Rusev and Lana. So I'm walking down the line freaking out because I'm not good under these kind of situations. And all of a sudden we get to Rusev and Lana, and we're standing right in front of them. And then there's the person who's like, I guess Rusev's manager or something, that's taking the pictures. And everyone's, the security guards are yelling at us, saying, don't give them the picture. You can't take a picture with him. You can't get an autograph. And like, it's a big commotion. Everyone's yelling. My mom's telling them to get away. I don't know. Big commotion. And then the manager talks to me and says, what's going on? And I explained to him that the family had cut in line even though they weren't supposed to, and the whole ordeal. And then he said, well, are you supposed to be in the ADA line? And I said, yes, here's my doctor's note. And then he's all like, okay, go ahead and get your autograph. So then I hand the stuff to Rusev and Lana, and then the security guard lady in the yellow started yelling at Rusev and Lana, saying, you better not sign those autographs or we're going to kick you out of here.
Wow.
And Rusev and Lana are like, what the heck? And then all of a sudden, the people on the line, in the regular line, started chanting to Rusev and Lana, let them choose, let them choose. And then Rusev looked at everyone, looked at the security guard lady, looked at me, and then said to me, who cares what that lady thinks? And then it started signing my stuff.
Wow.
And Lana signed my stuff. Lana personalized my stuff. Rusev and Lana posed pictures with me. And Rusev and Lana, or Rusev mainly, escorted us to the next place we want to go to, so no one will give us a hard time.
Wow. I guess she was a total bitch, that one lady, huh?
Yeah, she was. She basically told me that I was scamming the disability line and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, it was just bad. And she even said, cancer's not a disability, you're a liar, like, you look healthy. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know I look, like, I'll be the first one to say, I look normal. I know I do. But, like, deep inside, like, with my legs and stuff, like, they don't see what happens after access, how much pain I'm in, and how much medication I have to take just to be able to function normally.
Wow. You still taking that stuff? I know you told me you're cancer free, so that's good, right? You guys still gotta go doctor for checkups?
I am finally cancer free, yes, thank you, after 3 years. But I have to go on a weekly basis to the doctors just to get checked and stuff, and get my blood work done, just to make sure the cancer stays away.
Okay.
And the only medications I have to take now are my anxiety, because I have very bad anxiety. I always have since I was little.
Oh, wow.
But it's gotten worse with this cancer stuff. And then, like I said, and my legs, I have permanent muscle, nerve, and bone damage. So I will always be on some kind of pain medication for that. And on my back, I have arthritis in my back from all these procedures where they would stick a needle in my back and push chemo up my spine to my brain.
Oh my gosh.
So basically, everything is done except for having to deal with the pain. But I would much rather have to deal with the pain than have to deal with chemo.
Okay, good. 3 years you had this, huh?
Yeah, since 2013.
Damn, time go fast, huh?
Yeah, at first it didn't, but just honestly, like after 3 years, like I could say WW. If I didn't have WWE, I think it would have been a lot harder.
Yeah. That's cool. So have you ever been to the Royal Rumble, or you want to go to the Royal Rumble in the future, or you just want to go to the Mania and that's it in the future for you?
Actually, I heard Royal Rumble might be going to Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's confirmed. Yes.
It's confirmed.
Yes.
Okay, well then, officially, you will be seeing me at Royal Rumble in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
Because, my best friend on here, Vince Martinez. I guess quick plug to Vince Martinez. One of my best friends. We're going to. He lives in California, about an hour or two away from LA, and we had talked if they go to LA, we were more than likely gonna go.
Oh, sweet. Have you ever? This? I'm assuming this would be the first time you ever attended the Royal Rumble, right, dear?
Yes.
My dad and myself, speaking of Rumble, we went to the very first Rumble for ourselves this past January. It was awesome because we saw AJ Styles make his debut. Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome. And I was kind of disappointed still that Triple H won. I prefer another guy, but the reason I did it because a lot of guys at the time was injured. The roster was it was awful. The build up from my point of view, the build up for Mania was not that great.
Yeah, I have to admit, like this WrestleMania, it may have been the biggest WrestleMania, but it was not the best.
So I'm hopefully in the upcoming draft, start Tuesday on USA for the first time live. I know they have live editions once in a while, but this would be awesome. No more freaking spoilers. That's good. Right? Yeah, thank God. Now I can actually watch SmackDown. I've been DVR'd it because SmackDown has not been good since Edge, Taker, and all them great people.
But it's gotten better than it used to be.
Oh, has it?
Like it went from it being it was amazing when it had like Taker and everybody, and then it went to like total poop. But then now it's actually getting pretty decent, to be honest.
Okay. So probably it's going to be a good Tuesday. Hopefully it's going to be a good draft,
Yeah, because I was when I went to SmackDown a couple weeks ago, I was kind of debating on whether to go or not because of how bad SmackDown had been.
Yeah.
But I had watched an episode of SmackDown before I bought the tickets to go, and it was such a good episode that it honestly convinced me to go.
Yeah.
To SmackDown.
I wish I never attended I went to Raw or SmackDown. I never attended like a big Raw, like a return or a debut. That's very rarely, it always happens like a road to WrestleMania or a rare moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the only return I've witnessed in person, I think, was like besides like debuts after the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania was I don't think. Well, besides like a pay-per-view when Chris Jericho came back to team up with Dean Ambrose.
Yes.
That was pretty much the only return. But I've had like surprise guests, I guess, at the Raws I've been to, but that's about it.
Yeah, but are you looking forward to Tuesday? I know it's kind of weird on Tuesday. SmackDown, huh? Weird, huh?
Yeah, that is weird. I was still getting used to Thursday night SmackDown.
Yeah. Now, off the record, do you watch TNA or just strictly W only?
I used to be a very big TNA fan, but to be honest, Hulk Hogan kind of ruined it for me.
Yeah, and Bischoff, too.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the same thing what they did in WCW back in the day. They ruined it, too.
Pretty much.
So, and off the record, I know I gotta get going. Do you think Hogan will ever come back to WWE? Not to wrestle, just make an appearance. I know he won that lawsuit, but he don't need the money, so I'm assuming he's gonna come back sooner or later.
I think he'll come back.
Okay.
Not for the money, but just because I honestly feel it's like I don't think it's like he's like Ric Flair. I don't think he can ever stop loving WWE, or ever stop loving wrestling.
Yeah, but if he's on WWE, he's gotta pay him. They're not gonna. WWE's not gonna let him make an appearance just for free, right?
Oh well, obviously not.
That's what I'm saying. See, but he don't need the money. Same thing for Flair. Now, this is just my opinion. I am not a huge fan of wrestlers. Like veteran like Hogan, Flair showing up every single Monday night. Maybe once in a while it's okay, but every week, like Flair did it to Charlotte, I was not okay with that.
Because it kind of ruins the point of them. It ruins the specialness of them being there.
Yes, and I think Charlotte needs. I mean, she does great, but she needs new music because it has to do with her dad. But she needs to go on her own.
Yeah, she needs to get rid of Dana Brooke.
Well, you're not a fan of her, or do you think she could do it better on her own?
Dana and Charlotte, I just don't feel they're a good mix.
Okay. Yeah, I agree, but I think. Do you think Charlotte should go on her own? Like, I thought once Ric Flair not part of the picture anymore, the storyline, I thought she's gonna have brand new music, no more of that robe. I thought that's just home for Mania, but nope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she just needs to find her own
image.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's. Of course, that's mostly WWE's fault, the creators, but it's her fault too. She's not pushing it. So I want to do my own thing. Not Daddy's little girl.
Exactly.
So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Charlotte anymore because it's like a. I don't want to say this, but it's like a John Cena of women. 2.0.
Yeah, pretty much.
Same thing for Nikki. I'm not a big fan of Nikki. The only reason she got so big because her boyfriend, and she does pretty good, and she's so pretty. But do you think she's ever gonna come back in the ring? I know she had a lot of neck surgeries, huh? Do you think she's done or what?
I think Nikki will come back, but it's not going to be the same for people because there's no Brie.
Oh yeah.
Like they said because sometimes I watch Total Divas.
Yeah, I watch that too.
Nikki was afraid that if Brie left, it's gonna ruin Nikki's career, and I honestly agreed because without Brie, there's no Bella twins, and the Bella twins is what sells.
Yeah. So what's she's gonna do?
No idea, but she better figure it out.
Yep, fast. I mean, I don't think she really needs the money, but probably she has that money saved up from all these years, So I think, off ringside, she's not wrestling. I think she's more bigger in that department than as a wrestler. I guess on Total Divas, her and her sister is going to have a business together, or was that just the show?
I think they're having a business, but they're also having a new TV show just for the Bellas.
Yeah, are you going to watch it, or do you think it's going to be a total flop?
I'll probably watch it if John Cena's on it.
Of course he's going to be on it because he's dating Nikki. Same thing for Dana Bryan. He's married to Nikki,
Well, then I'll definitely be watching.
Not Nikki, Brie, I'm sorry. Now, I don't think, I cannot imagine John Cena will ever get married again because he's always on the road and he's doing charity work and all of this stuff. I can't imagine him getting married again,
People give John Cena, crap about it, and it's like, I'm not saying this just because John Cena is my favorite, but John Cena should not be married and he should not have kids.
Yes.
Because he would be a horrible father.
Why is that?
Not because he's a horrible person, because he's not, but because he wouldn't be able to be there for them.
Yeah.
He would, example, Cody Rhodes even said that wrestlers shouldn't be, big time wrestlers shouldn't be parents because he had the prime example. His dad, he was upset because his dad was never there for him as a child.
Yep.
And he even says that that's the main reason why he thinks, he even thinks John Cena shouldn't have kids and all that stuff because he just wouldn't be able to be there for the kid like the kid needs.
Yeah, but same thing for Randy Orton. He has a kid and a wife, correct? Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton has a daughter.
Yeah, so he's never home. I don't understand that. Maybe only time he's home when he's downtime or due to injury. But overall, he's on a damn roll, like house shows, special appearance, on the TV show and all the good stuff. So I don't know what these wrestlers are thinking. I know they want to start a family because they make good money as a wrestler, especially if you're a main eventer. What?
Yeah, if John Cena were to have kids, like I'm sure he would be a great dad. Like when he was there, when he was actually there with the kid, he would be an amazing dad.
Yeah,
I'm sure. But then the times that he's not there, that's when I mean he would be a bad he would be a bad father because he wouldn't be there that much.
Yeah, it'd be up to Nikki if Nikki and John Cena would ever get married. But I can't picture Nikki would ever get married. She's that kind of woman who likes to just. I know it's part of the story, probably drink, like wine and shop. That's how she is.
I can see. I can see them getting married.
Okay.
Maybe that's the furthest it can go.
Yeah.
But because marriage is just it's being married. It's pretty much the same thing as like
dating.
Yeah, except with the title and the papers.
Yeah, pretty much. One more thing. I know this is a long podcast. I don't know if people are still tuning in. Probably they clicked off already. But Russo and Lana, I know they're going to get married. Now, when those news broke on TMZ, McMahon was so mad. McMahon's so funny that who gives a shit? This is the real deal. If they want to break character, big deal,
Yeah.
McMahon is like in a god dang bubble. He thought all the wrestlers are not going to break character, but they do break character,
Yeah.
He needs to step away, but that's not going to happen. But what's your thoughts on Russo? I know you met him, but what's your really thoughts on the wrestling world?
Rusev as a wrestler?
Yes.
I honestly, when he first came around, like, I didn't like him, but it's because I wasn't supposed to like him.
Yeah.
He's a heel.
Yeah.
And I feel like if a wrestler can get me to dislike them for their character, I think they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. What about Lana? Do you think she could ever be in the women's division, or do you think she's gonna be with her future husband in that area for wrestling?
When WWE came to the city near El Paso for a house show,
yeah,
Lana actually wrestled.
Oh wow.
And I can tell you, Lana should probably stay as a manager.
Well, she's that bad?
Maybe we didn't get to see her full potential, but because I've heard she was a good wrestler, but when she wrestled here, she was very like girly. Like if she got hit, she broke a nail, she would go freak out, kind of thing.
Oh.
So I'm just thinking I didn't get to see her full potential, but yeah.
Okay, it's the same thing for Summer Rae. I heard she was great in NXT. When she went to the main roster, she was dog shit,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't understand. Thank you very much, dear. Do you have any plug outs? Shout outs to yourself or any to your friends' social media? Go ahead.
Well, like I said, if you guys are looking for someone who makes unboxings, pickups, day in the life, toy hunts, then check out my channel, Miss StudyFan13. If you guys are looking for Funko Pops or video games, check out Jellybean13. He's my nephew. And check out my two best friends who do videos similar to me, Vince Martinez and Zach's Wrestling.
Oh, cool. So, I'm gonna do this. I'm forgetting my friend named Gavin. I'm not too sure if you heard of him. His link will be down below. He's the one who does my thumbnails once in a while for my podcast. He does a great job. So check him out, dear. He does, and he met Paul Heyman recently too.
Oh yeah, Paul Heyman's a great guy.
Yeah, I like to meet him, but probably cost an arm and a leg to meet him. And he met Scott Hall too. He met Scott Hall too.
I got lucky meeting him at Access, so.
Who's that?
Paul Heyman.
Oh yeah, probably it's a lot cheaper, huh?
Yeah.
So that's about it. Not too sure when this is gonna be up because I'm gonna upload my my Divas match about for a battleground. Do you do I was wondering, do you do predictions and all that good stuff? You just do unboxings?
I've started doing predictions, so I usually do my predictions about a week before the pay-per-view,
Okay.
and then on the night of the pay-per-view, I do a reaction video.
Oh, sweet. Okay, you want to say goodbye to your viewers if they're still listening? You want to say goodbye?
All right, guys. Well, thank you for listening to the podcast featuring me and Team Ryry, and hopefully, maybe if Team Ryry wants, maybe I can come back and do this again sometime.
Yep. I will definitely ask you. So have a good one. Have a great Friday and have a spectacular weekend. This is your friend here, Team Ryry, and look out for the brand new podcast. For the next episode. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.